All right, we're back here on the Sort of Sports Podcast, episode 160. I got my good friend Austin Fisher. Great to see you.
Good to see you as well, Ryan. How are you today?
We've been talking for a while now. I mean, it was about what, a month ago? You and I had the opportunity to go to the U.S. Open. We volunteered at that, and we're on the way there with a group of our friends, and they're like, "Man, you and Austin, you might as well just have him on the pod. You guys just talk about so much." And so this is the first time you're going to come on again. I think probably in like a month or so. Anyway, talk some NFL over unders with me in the future.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that whole trip to Pittsburgh, I'll be honest, apparently it was a 3 hour car ride. It felt like about 20, 25
Oh
minutes
no, we were
at
on.
the absolute most. So, yeah, I mean, I think the chemistry was there. So it was a must that we had to get on here and talk about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to, there's a small sector of like five people that were really excited for this episode. I'll have to send it to Tyler and I'll have to send it to Detmer and get everybody taken care of.
I can't wait.
There's you got some fans, Austin Fisher.
It's exciting. It's good stuff.
All right, so Fisher, tell us a little bit about yourself for the people that don't know you, I guess.
Yeah, so I guess so me and Ryan both go to same college, Baldwin Wallace and Berea. So fortunately for us, we actually live relatively closer to each other than I actually think anybody else that I know of
Yeah.
that goes there. So we kind of share the geographical relations when it comes to our area there. But other than that though, from like the Mansfield area, grew up diehard Cleveland sports fan. That's kind of how I got into the sport management sector of Baldwin Wallace and just completed my first year there. So heading back up in about a month and going at it again.
Yeah, and Austin, you're big Cleveland sports fan. I mean, everybody that listens to this pod knows I only have one Cleveland team, that's the Guards, but you, diehard Brownie, how we feeling?
You know, I'll be honest, like I'm a pessimist by nature, but I don't think it's ever looked worse. Like
Ever
just gonna be
looked worse?
no, I shouldn't say ever, but I mean, if we're talking the last 5 years, how it's looked in the 2020s, I foresee nothing good going on this upcoming season. I have a hot take right out of the gates to just open up with here.
This is what I'm here for. Let's
This
hear it.
I'm glad. I think re-signing Myles Garrett ironically set the franchise back about 2 years.
I'm clipping this instantly. I hope you know
Good,
this.
good. I mean,
This
I
is the
think
first clip going on TikTok.
it needs to be. Listen, I love the guy, right? I have, well, I guess it's not on my wall anymore. I just put that bookshelf up yesterday, but I have a Myles Garrett poster. I have his jersey. He's a great guy. I stood outside of First Energy Stadium or whatever it is now, Huntington Bank Field, and did the Myles Garrett protest with Matt Midkiff and Andrew Boffman. Shout out to those guys. And we were like, yeah, protesting the Haslams, trying to keep him in the city. But what we paid for him and what we could have got in return, man, I don't know. We could have had a couple other guys come over and restructure it around. I mean, you think about it, we can't salvage a couple $1 million for Nick Chubb, but we'll throw any amount of money at Myles Garrett. It's like if you give him to San Francisco, you're getting a first round pick in last year's draft, in next year's draft. Plus, you have the Jaguars pick next. Like your future is in good hands. Now, I just don't know. We don't have the money for any player that's already proven themselves. So we're just gonna have to rely on rookies, which I don't think we had a bad class this year, but we drafted two quarterbacks. So hey, I don't know. It's gonna be rough.
This is an incredible zag. This is wild. I love it. I love it. This is what you're here for, Austin. You always got the
Absolutely.
hot take. Not afraid to get that off your chest. I think so you're not excited for Shador.
Oh, I believe me. Like that's the guy I wanted oh so badly. I think he's gonna turn it around eventually. But I think this season with our schedule and with what's going on around every other piece of our offense, our wide receiver two, Cedric Tillman,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be pretty. So I guess I'll give a little sneak peek into what my next episode of the podcast will be. I think the Browns will come last in the AFC. I really do. So, which is not a bad thing because we'll have two top five picks next year, hopefully, if Jacksonville, you know, does terrible as well. We'll see how that goes in the upcoming season, but I'm more than happy to just take have another 2018 type of year. We have the first and the fourth pick. We get a quarterback and a great corner, and we build the team up in 2 years, make the playoffs. I don't think anybody's in a rush to make the postseason with the team we have. So honestly, I don't think it'll be great, but my expectations are low, so I can't be disappointed.
Expectations are low, so I can't be disappointed. That's quite the review.
Yeah, that's the truth.
What about my Panthers? Think we got a shot?
I don't even mean to say this just to like gas you up or like float the boat. I have a hot take in the NFC and the AFC, and Carolina is my hot take in the NFC. I think not only do they make the playoffs, they win the division.
I agree with this. I felt this way too. It's a shitty division.
It is. I mean, the Saints are respectfully, I don't know what they're doing drafting Tyler Shuck, a guy who I don't even think had any film on him before the draft. They were just like, oh, this guy looks cool. Let's just pull him off the board. I don't know what they're doing there.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay and Atlanta, they can usually hold it together for about the first half of the season to the second half. Both teams can never put together a full season. And the way that Bryce Young ended last year, I think there's going to be great things coming from him. You go out, you get that great rookie wide receiver, Tedero McMillan from Arizona. You know, you're starting to glue together a pretty nice defensive core. They're getting some chemistry built. They went toe to toe with the Super Bowl champions. I mean, that was a heck of an effort, and I think that was more subliminal messaging than what the actual result showed. So,
Yeah.
big expectations for Carolina this year.
Oh, I agree. I'm in. I'm excited. All right, Austin. Now we're gonna pivot gears. Pivot gears. I don't think it's really the proper thing, but shift gears a little bit here. You and I had
Yes,
a long conversation about the months of the year,
we
and
did.
we had. I think it got heated over which month was the best. I had some hot takes, as it seemed. There were some guys that really disagreed with what I had to say about the months of the year. So we're gonna rank for everybody the months of the year. That's the main topic of today's episode. We're in the dog days of sports right now in July. So what better to think about than the months of the year? Am I correct?
Yeah, I mean, legitimately, I don't think there is a worse day on the calendar than today for sports. We are in the MLB All-Star break till tomorrow. We have no not even the WNBA is happening right now. Like that's how dog we have gotten in these dog days. So
Oh yeah.
NBA Summer League is all we're treated to on this Thursday evening.
Best
There you
sports
have
thing
it.
we had was Shane Gillis killing it at the ESPYS last night. You see those
Holy
clips?
cow. Yeah, I absolutely did. What a guy. He got no laughs because everyone was so nervous that he was going to call out someone in particular. It happens every year at the ESPYs, but I thought he had a terrific act and nobody there appreciated it.
Heater, absolute heater. I've been a Gillis fan for since winter. I think 23 was when I
Yeah.
watched his comedy special, and it felt like that winter break. I came back to school and everybody was talking about it. Like that felt like to me he had a real big breakthrough.
Yep.
And I think he's a lot of people's guy, like kind of the comedian they keep an eye on at the moment. Him and Tim Robinson are kind of the top two right now. It's like early 2010s LeBron KD going back and forth. And I think Gillis, I mean, that was a hell of a performance on national television. And the bits of when he was like, yeah, I don't know why Disney let me do this. Because, like, those were hilarious. Like, my favorite bit of the whole night, though, was when he was like, we got four-time WNBA All-Star here.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm just kidding. That's my friend's wife. I knew you guys didn't know WNBA players. And he's actually laughing at his own joke because he
Yeah, I
couldn't
mean,
believe he pulled
it
it
was
off.
a good one. Nobody else is appreciating it. I thought the SGA joke was great too, and
Oh, that
everybody
was
around him
hilarious.
got nervous. I'm like, really? Whatever.
He did the Norm Macdonald bit too about OJ Simpson. Did you see that?
I did. Yeah, I
That
did.
was good. I always love a good Norm Macdonald reference. So, all right, let's get into the months here. You get to start us off. What is the worst month of the year?
Okay, so you have to understand too. I made this list back in October, so you're always going to favor a position that you're in while you're in it,
Yeah.
because hindsight's always 2020, but being in the moment is always 2010. That's the way I like to think about life. So
Okay. Okay.
I made this list October
Maybe
10th.
put that on a pillow.
I might at 2:30 in the afternoon. So we'll for the most part, this is consistent. I might tweak a few things because this summer's been terrific for me. I've enjoyed it a lot. But coming in at dead last, I have February. There's just nothing much going there. I'll let you fill me in on where you have that in your top
All
12.
right, so I have February 10th. I know you're anti-Valentine's Day. I know that's why it's so
Yeah,
low,
that's
right?
fair. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that's the only cause of it. I just feel like it's a very, especially in Northeast Ohio, you just have this like late lingering winter that nobody really enjoys. Let's be honest, winter past like the very first week of January is just extra. Nobody enjoys it. Like, just get warmer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, in terms of sports, again, you really have nothing much going on. You have the Super Bowl, which is, the big hoorah. But after that, you don't really have much. You have college basketball to wrap up February, but it's not the good stuff until March, obviously. So that's why I have that in dead last personally.
I think it's good to, I mean, like I said, it's 10th for me, so I also don't have it high. I think the positive is I enjoy Valentine's Day, but I've also been lucky enough to have a date the last like 6 years.
There you go.
So that's part of it. And then the Super Bowl obviously is big. I was gonna say when you're younger, February is when you get the most snow days, I felt like.
That is true. Yeah, that's a valid point. But at that point, I don't know how your school district did it. We got like 5 freebies, and after that, we were done. So by then, we're just like adding on extra days to the end of the
Okay.
summer. So
We
that
always had like borderline unlimited because we go an extra hour every day
Ah,
anyway.
okay.
So we have
Yeah.
all these hours saved up.
Huh.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know.
smart.
School board was cooking that time, I guess. I don't
I
know.
guess, yeah.
But no, I also don't think February is a very good month. I mean, the only reason I have two below it, um, they're also more in the early part of the year. I think the early part of the year is your weakest months, in my opinion. But I'm also very weather influenced. Like a lot of mine, I can are really heavily weather influenced. And
Yeah.
it's like
I mean,
weather for me is the top thing, and then sporting events, and then holidays. Like that's kind of holidays and sporting events are almost tied. Just depends on
yeah,
how good each one is. But and
that's
also
perfectly valid.
the problem with February is too is the NBA All-Star game isn't very good.
Not at all. No.
So
That's it's gone downhill big time. But yeah, I kind of agree with you with that whole weather thing. The weather sets the tone for pretty much any activities you can do to begin with. I mean, that if it's, 10 below zero, you're not doing anything outdoors.
yeah.
You have no choice. So yeah, that's why I would agree with that. Most of my early months are toward the bottom half.
All right, so my number 12, I have April. I think it's always the shitty rain weather. April Fools is the only holiday, and that's just like a bit holiday. Like
It's true.
it's just made for like shit posting essentially. You're still in school, but like you're almost done, but you're not really almost done. You just got out of March Madness. I guess you get the national championship early on. Uh, you get the NFL draft, which is a positive.
True.
But I mean, like baseball's starting up, but it's really not in the heat of baseball yet either. So I just think there's not a lot of positives here. That's why I have it last.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't think April might be like the most uninteresting month in my list. So
Yeah.
I couldn't find a good place for it. I have that all the way up at 8, but that's just
Wow.
because
Okay. Yeah.
I have
April enjoyers.
several months below that. Looking at this list now though, I kind of want to reshape it a little bit, but I'll figure that out once it's all said and done, I suppose.
If you want to shift, you're allowed. I made mine last
Yeah.
night at 1 in the morning. So
I should have tweaked it last night. I had a lot of time to think, believe me. But
okay. What's your 11? What's your 11?
my 11, it's August, and I don't know why. You know what? I think
Wow.
Colin Kellerman was a bad influence on this pick. I think I had this a lot higher at first, but he got all out of sorts about like, oh, you're going back to school. How can you enjoy a month like that where like summer's waning out and all that stuff? Now that I'm thinking about it, it's a really good month.
I think
Like,
August is good.
yeah, it's got very nice weather. I think the transition back into school is never as bad as you think it is when you're leaving. Like when you come back from a summer and you're kind of like ready to get back into a routine, you're almost more comfortable going back the first couple of weeks and getting into your groove. Not only that, but college football begins, the NFL preseason kicks into swing, baseball is still going on. Um, you just have a lot going on in the sports world. And again, the weather's not too terrible. It's not the hottest month of the year. So it's kind of transitioning towards a more cool fall, but you're still in the late summer. I think it's a very good month, actually. I don't know why I have this at 11.
Are you gonna move it?
I think I am. You know what? How about I just do one for one? I'm going to put April at 11 and August at 8. We'll do
That's
that.
fine. August is my 9. My
Okay.
only piece with August is I don't care. I don't give two shits about the NFL preseason. I couldn't care
That's fair.
less. College football, you only get like one weekend. I think week 0 is there too. So it's like 2 weekends,
Yeah.
right? But like half teams aren't playing anyway. To me, August is just the preseason for September, and I think very highly of September. So, and I am a September enjoyer. So, you'll figure out like summer and fall are really when I'm rolling. So I have August 9th. My birthday is in August, so that's like a boost, but I try not
Okay.
to let that affect it too much. So that's why I have August at the 9 spot.
Valid. Okay. I like it.
All right, so my 11 is January, and this is why. You and I have talked about this before. New Year's Day really isn't that great.
Nope.
New Year's Eve is great, but that's December.
Yep.
As soon
It
as the
is.
clock strike midnight, that's January, and most people at that point, they're starting to feel it. They've had enough drinks. So you start off January pretty much hungover.
Yeah.
That's the way most people start the year. NFL playoffs is really carrying January because the NBA is not. The NBA gets into full swing in March.
Yep.
That's why I think they should move the schedule. Because you're not watching the NBA pre Super Bowl. You're just not. The NFL playoffs is huge, though. I mean, that's big. But it's just cold, and the snow days are great. But it's at this point, it's not the fun Christmas snow. It's like the icy. I don't want. I'm sick of this snow. So that's my thought on January. Where do you have January?
I have January at my 10. Yeah, I agree with
Okay,
you for
so
the
same
most
one.
part. Um, I guess I kind of factor in, especially now with the new reformation of the college football playoff. I think that makes January a lot better.
Good
So
point.
that's
Good
that's
point.
got it a little bit boosted. But yeah, the whole New Year's Eve and New Year's Day take. I mean, that's like saying what would Kevin Durant be without Steph Curry, right? I mean, there's no New Year's Day without New Year's Eve parties.
You're
So
right. You
I
are
favor
right.
that a lot more towards December, and December's already got plenty of other stuff going for it. But again, we'll talk about that more towards the top half of the list. But yeah, I got January at my 10. Very, very solid placement
Just compare January to Kevin Durant with Curry. It's
there.
December.
Hey,
Okay.
we're in a sports drought. We have no choice.
Hey, I do want to say legacy run here if the Rockets can get it done. They're a sneaky pick for the finals. I just
Yeah,
toss that out there. It's an interesting choice.
I like it though.
All right. All right, what's your 10?
My 10 is January. So
All right,
I
so
guess we'll
it's
move to nine then.
okay, what's the 9?
My nine is May. Now, this is severely hindered by final exams. If you take out the first week of May, it's probably in my top six.
Okay.
But the problem is you still have to acknowledge that first week of May. You can't just ignore it. That is likely the most stressful week of the year for a lot of people. Um, and it also just can become kind of a pain depending on whether you might have some of that lingering April raininess, which in recent years has more often been prevalent in May than April. So I'm not a big rain kind of guy. I'm a big thunderstorm. I like a summer thunderstorm. I don't like a cold 50-degree rain in late April, early May though. So that kind of factors into that. In terms of sports, I guess it's pretty solid with the NBA playoffs going on. Um, MLB in like the second month, first and a half, whatever you want to call it. So in terms of sports, it's a decent month, but I still think there are plenty better. So I think May is another one of those months though where it's like not a lot good, but not a lot bad. So it's just kind of there in the middle.
Yeah, I think May is the weakest of like the 4 summer months, like that center quadrant.
Mhm.
Well, actually, I take it back. I think August is the weakest. I think May is probably second weekest.
Okay.
June, July, I think are usually the peak of summers. It's kind of a bell curve, right?
Yes.
So
Yep.
I have May 7th. So it didn't crack top six. But it's the best of the bottom half.
Okay.
Memorial Day's fun, but like
That
big
too.
picture, it's kind of weaker 4th of July.
It's
Uh,
true.
it's the start of summer though, but sometimes May can be really rainy, like you talked.
Yep.
But yeah, like you said, NBA playoffs. The nice thing is, when you're in college, you're out of school, but a lot of times, a lot of high schools are still going in May for the
That is
most
true.
part. So
Yep.
like that, I don't think it's that great. So May's it's fine. I don't. No one's like, oh, we're only in May, but like
Right.
also like movies. I'm a big movie guy, you know that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
movies really get going after Memorial Day, and then they like taper off after early August.
It's
So
true.
it's like you're not
That is
really
true.
getting the big summer movie buzz.
Yep.
Marvel used to kind of take up that first week May slot. They did it with Thunderbolts this year. But like DC's really going for like June, July. So we'll see. We'll see in a few years if Marvel's still dominating the early May slot. But all right, so my 10 was February, which you already talked about. My 9 was August, which you already talked about. So we're on to my eighth. My eighth spot, you might get upset. I have March.
Okay.
I think it's a hard carry by March Madness. Like it is a hard carry. Everything, like I don't like the weather. It's real cold anymore. NBA is good, March Madness is good, but that's it. That's it. It's a sports carry, and I can't give you that much credit. St. Patrick's Day is fine.
Yeah.
So, I mean, where you have March?
I have March at my two.
You
Now,
March
again,
Madness carries it that much for you. Wow.
listen, I am a beyond college enthusiast because it's not just March Madness to me. Conference tournaments usually start the last day of February or the first day of March.
Okay.
So as soon as the calendar flips, the ball gets rolling and it does not stop for the entirety of the month.
You're watching
You have
A10 hoops.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing better than watching like the Northeastern Conference on a random sketchy website at like 10 o'clock at night.
Okay.
There's no immediate
Okay.
reward out of it. Just the satisfaction. It's my guilty pleasure. There's nothing wrong with it. But I think March is a terrific month. You have the 2 day gap between the Monday and Tuesday. Actually, no, it's just there's one day in the entire month of March without any college hoops. And that actually might not be lasting long because they have this new like college basketball invitational tournament plus the NIT. So obviously that's stuff I'm not going to watch, but you got to give it credit. It's still there. It still exists. You have to acknowledge it. So there's so much college basketball going on that month. And that's probably my second or third favorite sport. It's in my opinion, I like college basketball more than college football. atmosphere aside, I think it's more entertaining. But it is it might be a little bit high for me. I also think spring break, you got to factor that in. You get a nice little middle of the semester break from school, which is very nice. And a lot of people are also taking vacations, so I'm not sure if you can factor in the weather completely. Obviously, it's not going to be terrific here. I actually thought our spring break had reasonable weather. It was pretty
You're
warm
right. It did. It
for
did.
that week this past year, but obviously it's not a consistent thing. So, but yeah, a lot of times people are heading down to like, South Carolina and Florida, going on vacation for a week down there. So it really is a nice little mental break from all the things, that you have to go through on a daily basis. So I might have it a little bit high in hindsight again, but I really do think March Madness is that
All
Thursday,
right.
Friday, I cancel all their plans.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, big March fan. All right. You're marching
Absolutely.
for it.
Yeah.
What's next for you?
Let's see. Going up to, I guess, my seven now, which would be July, which is the month I'm currently in. So I actually think I placed this pretty well. I'm not upset where I put this. I have heard from a lot of people close to me that they are absolutely despising the summer, and I'm kind of, yeah, that's kind of the reaction I had too.
They haven't
They
seen Superman yet.
that must be it. There's just a ton of people I know that are like, all I've done this summer is work and nobody's available to hang out and all this stuff like that. I'm like, okay, well, you can't blame the summer for that. That's your fault. Like, with all due respect,
That can happen in 12 months out of the year.
that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, you can't say it's been an issue. I think July has actually been a very nice month. I don't think there's been too much egregiously hot weather. I think it's been very comfortable for the most part. Fourth of July was terrific this year. Now, granted, I worked during Fourth of July, but I made time and a half. So who's going to complain about holiday pay, right? Yeah, there's
There we
shout out to America. That's there's nothing better than that. So I've been enjoying that, but I think July's been it's a very comfortable month for me because you get that May to June transition, you get into like your summer schedule, and then by July you're just basking in it, and you don't have to worry about going back to school. That's still a month out of the picture. You could just kind of relax and do what you want to do. Take some leisure time.
Shout out to America's. It's great.
I'll quote that. Put that on a pillow.
There it is. Shout out to America. I actually I have July too. I love July.
Hmm.
It's hot as balls, but like I don't mind. I'd rather have it be 90 than 20. Like that's just
Yeah,
how I am. Uh Really not a lot of sports. That's like the downside. It's just
it's true.
baseball, but this is also like prime baseball time. And I enjoy that. At 4th of July, I think is a great holiday. That's like a top three for me, honestly.
Yeah.
I really like 4th of July. This is when my family goes on vacation. I think that's true for a lot of people, a lot of July vacations. And so I always enjoy that. And I think you're also in the part of summer where it doesn't, August, the whole time kind of hanging over you is that it's about to end. July, you don't have that. You're still
No.
enjoying. And this is also like peak movies right now. Like they releasing a lot of big movies in July. So there's something for everybody. There's a horror movie coming out this weekend with the I Know What You Did Last Summer. Next weekend we get Fantastic Four. Superman just came out. Jurassic World week before that, even though that wasn't very good. But regardless of that, they're always releasing movies in July. So for me, like July is my prime time. Like I absolutely adore July. So July was my two. But that's very like I just love the summer. Like I love when it's hot. So that's just me.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Again, it hasn't been too hot, which is kind of a turning point for me. I don't like to, you know, feel like I'm melting every time I step outside, but I haven't felt that this year. It's been
Oh
rather
yeah,
calm.
that's good.
So yeah.
All right, so my six, I have October.
Okay.
I could see October higher though. I had to move it down because October essentially is the continuation of September. But I think September is elite. October, NFL's in full swing, college football's in full swing, MLB playoffs, the NBA is starting up, and there's Halloween. The only problem is the first couple weeks of October, basically the whole month is a party for Halloween. Like not party, but I'm saying like is prepping.
Yeah.
And I think
Preparation.
that's a
Yeah.
good thing and a bad thing. Because on one hand, that's fun because Halloween is fun. But on the other hand, it's like you wait the whole month for the last day. It would be like if Christmas was on December 31st. Like
Okay.
it is kind of weird. So that's the only reason I don't have it higher. But I'm gonna sneak in. I have November 5th. I have these two back to back because November is the exact same thing, but with Thanksgiving. So I think both these are really good. Like you could honestly talk me into moving both of them up. The only thing is the weather can sometimes get a little shitty and both of them get a little cold. So that's why. But October sometimes can be 60, 50 degrees sweater weather and it's elite. So October and November are very similar in my mind. November is a little worse weather, but Thanksgiving in my mind is pretty elite, and then you're moving into Christmas. So that's why I have them 6 and 5.
Yeah, this is hot, but it's where I'm at. I have October as my number one.
That's fine. No, I actually
That's
see
my
that
top dog.
vision. I
Yeah,
see that vision.
I mean, to me, you mentioned all the sports stuff, right? I'm an NFL first guy. Uh,
Me
I'm a
too.
big Premier League guy as well, so that's in full swing. College football, NBA starting up, MLB playoffs, just the whole atmosphere. Everything there is great. By October, you've already gotten yourself into a routine. Everything is, down to a fine margin. You got a nice little fall break right in the middle of October as well, which is a nice little weekend refresher. Um, but again, I think for me, when it comes down to this, well, I should also mention there's a little bit of personal bias. I do have an October birthday, so that does bring it around a little bit. But the
You gotta
weather to
love putting the
me,
birthday month first, though. I mean,
you do.
doing
But
it for the
here's the thing:
vibes.
like if my birthday was in February, it's not moving from 12. Like I got to be honest, that's not going to redeem it enough to push
February's
it up
that
the
bad.
list. Yeah, I don't like that month at all. But I think the thing that redeems October for me though, the weather, it's elite. I don't think it gets better than a calm 55-degree breezy day. You're waking up, you're walking down Bagley Road to go watch a great BW football game. Um, and then you're just chilling with your buddies and watching college football the rest of the day. The leaves are turning a gorgeous color. You know,
Tomorrow you
everything
got like
is just
Rams Eagles
crisp.
at 4:25. You're gonna check
Yeah,
in on.
there's nothing better than and London football too. Hello, the Browns are heading over there this year. I mean, we're
You
probably going
like
to
London
lose.
football? You're pro.
I'm not a big lover of London football. What I do love is going to bed at 2:30 after watching Boise State Hawaii, then waking up at 9:30 the next morning watching Jets and Vikings. That I do live for.
This
But
is a man's dream.
October does become elite to where I think our first game actually this year internationals in September. It's in Dublin, Ireland. So that'll be fun. Viking Steelers, and then Minnesota stays in Europe and plays the Browns the next week. I don't know who scheduled that, but that might be. It's a very very interesting thing.
They're just trying to kill the Browns.
Or the Vikings, but honestly, they could probably go 2-0. Wouldn't
I
shock me.
know there's that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I again, October's my one, and I guess you want me to throw November up there. I have November as my three.
Okay,
Um,
so for you like basically the things I was saying that are positive because I see a lot of the positives. I just get a little scared because we've had some wet ones that are not fun.
we have.
But you're saying for the most part, the positives outweigh the negatives, and I see why you have those that high.
I'm a big like pumpkin guy too, like pumpkin spice, pumpkin roll, pumpkin pie, like everything about that. I love it too, and there's no better time for that than the end of October all the way through Thanksgiving. I think it's terrific. I think the food, the family, again, the weather is pretty good. Thanksgiving break is probably, at least in high school, that was my favorite 5-day weekend of the entire year. Wednesday night, I'd have my big family Thanksgiving. Thursday, we'd have a little like small family get together. We'd watch football all day. That was terrific. Now they got these Black Friday games going on and stuff too, which adds to the action. You got that college football Saturday, which is usually Ohio State Michigan weekend, and then the Sunday after, full slate of NFL. So
Oh
that
yeah.
is an elite 5-day stretch for me, which is pretty much why I have that higher in my top five than just 4 or 5.
No, I get that. No, I think I 100%. I figured you're gonna have a different month number one. We were gonna have to have words, but October, like I see the vision. I really do. I honestly think I might have put it a little too low. I think October and November are both elite. And I was also gonna say, oh, there was something I was gonna say about November that I can't remember all of a sudden. It's all right. We'll move on. So what's next for you? What have we not talked about?
Oh, what else do we got left? Do we do September yet?
No,
Okay, I have September at my 6.
that's my one.
Okay, I
I love
honestly, and I can
September.
see that too. I really could. I think
We're
it's a
both
very good
apparently
month.
we both like fall.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know a human being that doesn't. I'll be honest with you. I think it's the most preferred season. I'd say late summer, early fall for most people is probably their number one. But yeah, I think September's very solid. You got NFL starting to get going. MLB's dwindling down to their end of the season. College football's in full swing as well. Um, by September, you're getting back into what you had known the previous 8 months before the summer. I think everything there is pretty nice. Again, the weather's great. You can have an 80-degree day in the first week of September with Labor Day right there, or you can have a 50-degree day at the very end because fall's starting up in the middle of the month. So yeah, I think it's very solid, and I could see it all the way up at number one. Again, I might have it a little low, but I think there's a lot of redeeming qualities and a lot of months. So kind of hard to rank this one.
Yeah, my thing with September is big movie guy. There's pretty much never big movies in September. It just doesn't
Yeah.
happen. There might be a couple horror movies. I don't like horror movies. But this might be the peak weather. That's why it's number one for me because it's warm but not hot. The hottest you're getting is 70. The coldest you're getting is like maybe you get unlucky 45.
Hmm.
For the most part, though, it's in between 50 to 70, like almost all the time.
Yep.
It's cool in the evenings, warm during the days. And you were in high school going to like a football game on a Friday night in the
Oh yeah.
fall. That was like, mwah, like that's
Hmm.
beautiful. And you can still go now as like, you know what I mean, as like a supporter or whatever, being an alumni. And, the weather's still great. It's back to school, but this is when it's peak back to school because everybody wants to hang out. School's not that serious yet. This goes for high school or college,
Yep.
and it's still warm outside that people want to hang out outside because the hanging out on the weekends does severely go down. Like I think in large groups, friend groups still hang out, but like large parties really go down once you get colder
It's true.
because
That is a
you know
good
you have
point.
to do houses then it just becomes a mess. Whereas like backyard party stuff like that, that's all September. That's like where September makes its money. And so that's why it's elite for me. And also like football, this is like when the NFL's early and like you're still like thinking you can be good, and that's like special. So, and you're figuring out who is good, right? Is
Yeah,
Jane
it's true.
Daniels really that good? Turns out he
Right.
was, right?
That's
And
true.
but it's like you can kind of have some crazy ideas at that time. So I just adore September. The only thing is the movies, but I can overlook that because my number two is July, which is heavy movies. So it kind of balances in my mind.
It's a good point. Okay, so I think all we have left then is
June and
June.
December.
Oh, we do have December. Did
We
forget
do
about that.
December,
Okay.
and I think we both have December 3.
I
You cut out. What'd
it's
you say?
I'm December at 4.
You have December at 4, and you have June at 3.
June at 5. I have November at my 3.
Oh, okay. I forgot you
So
said that. Okay.
yeah,
So June
already
at
know the
5,
top
June
three,
is my
but
4, and
yeah.
December is my 3.
Okay.
I'll keep track. I'll edit this and I'll keep track next to us, like everything
I
we
got
have.
you.
So you can
Yeah.
see it in the video.
Okay.
So let's do June 1st because we both had it lower.
Yeah, I have June on my 5. I think June's a pretty good month. It is the hottest month of the year, which is kind of why it gets a little bit lower for me. We had about a week where it was
Oh, yeah. I
actually it's
was right.
probably more like 10 days where it
Yeah.
was nothing but 95 degrees, and I think I had to work like 4 or 5 times during that week. It was pretty miserable, but regardless, it's still a very solid month. I mean, it's your first full month off of school. By then you are finally executing all the plans with your friends and stuff like that. It is peak time of the year for vacationing, getting out of the house, getting out of town, going places, seeing things. Um, and I think, the NBA finals, I completely forgot about that actually. That's a
That was
big
my number
plus.
one for it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
It's
that
also peak
that
golf
needs to
weather.
be mentioned. Yeah. Oh,
Everybody's
100%.
golfing in June.
It's true. That is true. But yeah, the NBA finals needed to be mentioned there. Um, because
U.S.
it
Open.
was thoroughly entertaining. Yeah, U.S. Open too. I mean, we got both
We
better
did
ends of that
overlook
one.
that is the one sporting event April has is the Masters, and that's the golf event I actually watch every year.
That is a good point. Yeah, but again, I don't
I don't
think
I don't like golf enough to make April move up from last, but I
right.
do have to say it does have the Masters. I felt dumb we forgot that.
I don't think it's redeeming enough
No.
because it's really like who I actually think this is an issue that Augusta has. They don't have enough coverage on Thursday and Friday for me to get
You're right.
emotionally invested. They
Yes.
don't like why can't we follow it is 2025. Why can't I follow a top 5 golfer at all times from holes 1 to 18?
Yep.
That's the issue. People can't get really invested until CBS starts covering it on Saturday.
Hmm.
So yeah, again, it's a great event. I love it, especially this year. It was terrific to see, Rory finally exercise his demons, but it's not good enough to move that up from my bottom 3.
Golf is essentially presented like red zone at all times.
Yeah,
You're
it's
just
true.
going to the big plays, like you're going to the big strokes.
Mhm.
Whereas I agree with you, like why not Rory, DeChambeau, Scheffler are constantly being followed, and you can watch every single stroke.
Yeah,
I agree with you. That would be, I think, I mean, you can do it with streaming.
100%. Yeah, there's no like technological implementation that's limiting them from doing it. It's their own choice, and I think they're
Yeah.
losing out on money and ratings by not doing stuff like that.
I
So
agree. I 100% agree.
yeah.
As far as June goes, you mentioned that you like, I love the weather in June. Once again, I'm fine with it being too hot. So,
Mhm.
you mentioned though, earlier how you like pumpkin spice. In the summer, you get a lot of s'more stuff and you get a lot of like strawberry stuff. I love s'more stuff. Like that s'mores McFlurry at McDonald's, that's my shit. I get it all the
Okay,
time.
I like that.
And strawberry, I got that strawberry Sabrina Carpenter drink as like a joke, and then it was actually elite at Dunkin'. That was good shit. I really liked it. I was like, damn, this is good. I'm gonna have to get another. So, I like that type of stuff. But so yeah, June, I have it for. Let's move up to December. I know you're a big December fan. I don't blame you. Christmas, winter break, New Year's Eve, snow days. I mean, I think it writes itself. NFL does Christmas Day games. NBA Christmas has kind of gone down just because NFL exists and they're the big show. But December's pretty elite. And dude, who wants to watch the MLB winter meetings with me? Come over.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's like
That's the
peak
big,
television right
yeah,
there.
come on.
That's what personally, that's what puts it in my top five. I don't know about you, but no,
That's the only reason. Christmas is like a
yeah,
bonus.
yeah, that's okay. That's my Christmas actually, but yeah, I think December is a very strong month. Obviously, I'm not going to overrate it. I think most people would have December in their top three, if not their top two, and
Yeah.
it's understandable. I mean, it's a heavy hitter. Last month of the year, you got the Christmas and New Year's Eve within the same week. Um, it's not really a hot take anymore. I think Christmas Eve is better than Christmas Day, personally. I don't think
I
it's
like
too
Christmas Day
ridiculous.
better because we don't do like my family just doesn't do much on Christmas Eve. Like we just go to
That's
church and
valid.
that's that.
That's
But
cool.
most
But
people, I get it.
again, though, I think that whole like final 2 weeks though kind of carries it. I think like the first 2 weeks of December are actually they're kind of mediocre. I,
You were
I
right.
truly I truly do think so. Especially because like if we're gonna harp on May for all the final exams, we have to do the same thing for December.
Hmm.
So, but again, I think December has way more redeeming qualities than May to bring it up the list,
You
which is
get
why
through
I have
those
that
first
at four.
12 days, oddly enough, like the song says, and then you're
Mm-hmm.
cooking.
It's
Like
true.
oddly enough, the first 12 days of like the first 12 days of December are kind of ass. But then
Yep.
once you get through that, well, I guess the song's 12 days of Christmas, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, that I mean that's a good reference. I think it's fair. I like that first two weeks of December. I don't remember anything significant I did in those days other than study for exams.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good to get out and done with that. But yeah, I mean you got that majority of winter breaks in December, so I think it's fair. And
And college
you know
football's wrapping up.
it is, yeah. I mean I think that's when you get into the good stuff too. You get the playoff teams are introduced. I'm a big fan of like the mid-major bowl games. Those mean a lot to me, especially because while we're on the topic of stuff that came out in July, college football, I'm stuck constantly in these 7-6, 8-5 bowl games because I like to rebuild the terrible football teams.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm a big fan of the Alamo Bowl. There's nothing wrong with that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, there I fancy that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think December at 4 is solid for me.
All right, I agree. And then I think that's it. Austin, thank you so much for coming on. I'm gonna have you on again. Probably, I mean, I think you're gonna pop up when we're frequently now. I loved having you on. We got to wrap up just because Zoom's gonna kick me off because I don't have Zoom Pro, so we got to wrap this up. But thank you so much for coming on. It's great. We're gonna have you on again. We'll be talking about NFL next time I see you. Thank you for ranking the months of the year. It was great.
Heck yeah, appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you next time.
All right, thanks, pal. See you, Austin.
Later.